Good morning, everyone. Today is May the 19th. And no, before you even ask the question, Carnage is not into any of that freaky, kinky type stuff. None of that is going on. I know it looks kind of weird or like he's doing something crazy, but no, he's not. What's happening is I have masked off his mouth and his eyes so that I could paint the black portion of his face. And before I go any further, if you notice any of the junk or stuff in the background, please just overlook that. I'm doing some moving around and rearranging and cleaning in my garage. So it's a little crowded in here and a little junky. So back to Carnage. All right, folks, I don't have much longer left. I'm anticipating finishing this up in the next week or so. And I'm about 3 videos ahead. So yeah, there'll be plenty of other videos coming out before this one. So this one's coming real soon. After this one, I will be doing one more final video. That's my AAR. That's where I go over the entire project, talk about everything. And that's going to be extra long. So make sure you have plenty of coffee, Red Bull, Monsters, cigarettes, whatever it takes to get through a long video, because that one is going to be really long. And while I run my mouth, let's get a little close up, see what's going on here. And I can't leave this tape on much longer because it might pull off the paint and some of the hot glue that's on it. Just want to give that black paint time to settle in so it doesn't run everywhere. But that's what he's looking like. And let me go ahead and talk about this. I'll talk more about it later, but briefly, what I have done since the last video is, if you remember right here, it kind of curved in and came back out here, giving the impression that he had a nose. And we all know that symbiotes do not have noses. Now, I had the choice of either leaving it as it was or just chopping off all of this right here and redoing his mouth. Basically, I would just have to remove the teeth, cut off part of his face, and then move it back. Stay centered, Patrick. And then move the teeth back so it will not look like a nose. What I decided to do to save myself the trouble was I added some clay here to just bring it out a little bit so it doesn't look so much like a nose now. I know it does a little bit, but that's the best I can do. I didn't want to completely redo it. And for you diehard subscribers and viewers, just so you know, I will be doing another one of these life-size Carnage statues. I will be showing you which one. And I think it's a 1/6 scale statue right now. I have it in my collection. I'm going to enlarge that one to a life size. So I'll give you more information on that one later. Just a little extra information for you. All right, so let me see. What else have I done? All right, I have just about completed the base. See if I can get close up. I know it's kind of dim in here, but if I open that garage door, that sunlight's going to come in and interfere with my video. So that's the base right now. And that's one of the tendrils coming up toward Carnage. I will be adding a couple more tendrils and a little something extra. I think I mentioned this before, and I haven't talked too much about it, but I have a little something extra for you folks. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And this is going to be something a lot of people are not aware of, but it is part of Carnage, or rather Cletus Cassidy. I'm still working on that hand. I have to finish those claws in his fingers. Let me see. And I'm not going to bother. That eye is not really visible unless you're looking for it. I might slap a little clay in there to fill it up. Otherwise, I'm not going to worry about that. And let me go around back real quick. All right, not a whole lot going on in the back. It's kind of boring back there. Still trying to figure out a way to make that more, I guess, interesting. Maybe I'll come up with something, maybe I won't. So that's it for now, folks. Make sure you stay tuned. This project is coming to a close or a conclusion. So you want to be there for that. And I will be And I'll be talking to you more soon. Thanks for watching. Bye. Well, I just stopped the video, but I wanted to give you a glimpse of the face. And folks, I got to tell you, this is turning out better than I anticipated, and it's beginning to look a lot like Carnage. I figured that that face would play a big part in the overall look or the overall outcome or the overall success of this project. I still have to do some work on it. That's not done. That's just the initial paint on there. I have to go and do all of the details, pull out the brush, the paintbrush, pull out the little sculpting tools to do all that fine work around the mouth, shape up all of his teeth, and do all the fine details on the eyes. And that's going to be some tedious work, but it'll be worth it. All right, folks. Well, just wanted to show you that I am really loving the look of this. That looks like Carnage now. That's him. All right. Let me stop. I'll stand here all day looking at this thing. All right, folks. Bye. Hello, everyone, and welcome to I think it's week 11 or 12. I've lost track, and I won't go into the reason I've lost track. I'm sure if you watch the previous videos in this series, you understand why. It all comes down to some YouTube editing issues and a backlog of videos. Okay, so we're here to talk about the latest on this Carnage project, or as I like to refer to it, the mannequin formerly known as Manny. Since the last video, I have added some symbiote, as you can see right there, flowing up his abdomen and on other parts of his body. I did consider doing the thick symbiote that we are used to seeing on Carnage, but I thought about it, and if I did that and I made this symbiote really thick instead of thin like it is here, I would cover up all of the fine detail that I spent many hours doing here. I did not want to cover all of that up. As it is, I did cover up a little bit with this, but that's acceptable. I can live with that. I mean, I spent a lot of time doing all of this detail work. I didn't want to hide it. So I just decided to make the symbiote really thin and put it sparingly throughout his body. There's a little bit on the legs. Oh, and I guess I should have said this from the beginning. No, Carnage is not modeling some new fashion. What's going on is I had to do some touch-up painting on this big symbiote right here, or tendril right here. I didn't want the black paint to get on his leg, so I wrapped it up. Also, I've been applying some black hot glue, and I didn't want that to drip down on his chest. Also, I had to repaint his face, and I didn't want that red paint to get on everything. Don't know if you saw the previous video. I don't even know if I showed his face in the previous video. I was trying to just conceal it and just save it for the last video. So maybe I showed it, I don't know. At any rate, the face was all black except for the eyes, and it was starting to look like blackface. I said that is not a good look, so I repainted the entire face red, and I'll have to go over it again and apply the black parts. So this is what he's looking like now. And I don't know if you are thinking what I'm thinking. You probably saying, man, what is wrong with his profile? I know. I don't like it either, folks, but I have to live with it because that's just how it is. That's something I learned from this project, and I'll cover more of that in the AAR. That's the purpose of the AAR, to talk about what I did wrong, but I won't go into it here. I will tell you this, folks. I'm going to do another life-size Carnage. So I'll try to correct all of the mistakes I made in this one. I'll try to correct them on the next one. Let's see. I did, and again, I don't know if I mentioned this in the previous video, but I did extend his chin a little bit. It was probably somewhere up here, but his face was starting to look too round and not long enough. So I put this extra chin here to extend it and make it not look so round. His face is more of a not long shape, oval shape. Let me see. So, and I forgot to paint that red this morning. Actually, I think only the bottom portion is going to be red, because as we know, the part around his lips and mouth, that's most of the time that is black. Sometimes it's red, but most of the time it's black. Let me see. I think that is it. Oh, I finally finished his Freddy Krueger blades here on the fingers. I don't know if this is going to be the final look for this or not. I haven't decided. But for now, I'm going to call that done. Let me see. Let's walk around. I'm trying not to leave the back so, what's the word I'm looking for? So sparse, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word. I just want to have something back here. I don't want it to be empty. I got to put something back here. I did put some of the symbiote back here, as you can see. And I'm still considering putting some tendrils back here. That's one right there. I'm thinking about putting one here, and I don't know. All right, but that's it for the back. I think I talked about the base in the previous video, so I won't get into that right now. I'll save it for the AAR. Okay, let me see. I have to put some more tendrils down coming up from the base onto Carnage's body, and that'll complete that bottom part. Oh, I guess I can show you this. I did take the tendrils all the way up to his chest. It's not really showing too good in that with that black paint in the background, but there's a better look at it right there. And I actually did a gloss test on this area, but it's not too glossy anymore. I don't know what happened. And I'm talking about the red, not the black. I sprayed some gloss here, clear gloss, but it's not glossy. I don't know what's going on. All right, I think I'm going to do another test. So let me wrap this video up, folks. Let me spray some more gloss on it to see if it's just not going to work. If it's not going to work, I have to find a different cut. Take two. I will have to find a different type of gloss. All right. All right. So thanks for watching, folks. Make sure you stay tuned. This series is almost over, and I hope you stay with me until the end. It's going to be worth the wait. Thanks for watching. Bye.